everything my family, my father built.
The Wayne legacy is more than bricks and mortars.
I wanted to save Gotham. I failed.
Why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
Shalom. All praise, glory, honor, and the fear is to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to elders and apostles who rule well. GMS and citations, the election. True, real house of David, man. Yeah, they might fall. We might get our channels ripped down of all that hard work and all that, all our family business, our father's business. But our treasures lie in heaven, you see, and our works. Alright, they do follow us, man. And really those are just badges of honor, stripes of honor, you know. And every wound, every fall that we might make, Lord's gonna bound up, he's gonna heal. He's gonna bind us together into into that one stick, that one rod of iron. We're gonna rule over our oppressors, rule over these heathens, these Edomites. And ain't nothing gonna stop the charge, man. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And this proves who's a servant of the Lord and who's just a servant to just be seen of men. A lot of you guys, I'm gonna say this, a lot of you guys are Matthew 23. A lot of you guys are Matthew 23, the hypocrites, the fashion scribes that only do the work of the Lord and do these videos and so on and so forth just to be seen of men. You know, when you go to Romans 12:1, it's our reasonable service to make our body a living sacrifice. A living sacrifice. Now, a sacrifice, when you give a sacrifice to the Lord, it has to be holy. The entire thing. You can't leave something out or give a lame lamb or a spotted blemish goat with 3 legs and 2 eyes and 4 eyes. No, man. It has to be whole and perfect and complete, entire. See? That's why we give our entire attention and heart and mind towards the Lord, his word, right? And making our diligence to know the estate of the flock, the sheep. You see, Proverbs 24:10, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small, right? And so we're building up our mind, which that's what makes a man strong, all right? Wisdom makes a man's face to shine, and it makes him stronger, all right? Wisdom makes you stronger than weapons of war, you see? But one sinner will destroy much good. That's why we're in the time of taking heed of our friends and separating ourselves from our enemies. You know, when you fall, like the scripture says, it's better to fall on the pavement than to fall by the tongue. Which a lot of guys, you're falling because of what you're saying. You know, you're going against the men of the Lord. You're going up against the righteous. You're condemning the just. And you're justifying the wicked for reward. You know, saying all things about the scriptures. You see? It says, if thou faint the day of adversity, thy strength is small. And a lot of guys, they'll literally faint and pass out if they get their channel taken down. Like, what were you expecting, man? What were you expecting if you're coming up against this world, man? And this world is totally contrary to the scriptures. You're gonna, my brother said it, he was on the phone earlier. Say, hey, brother, one of our garrisons went down. Yeah, man, of course. That's what happens in war. Sometimes the enemy, all right, they'll bomb a garrison or they'll bomb a post, you know? Guess what? That's when we have to retreat. We have to seek refuge in the Lord, and then what? Build up another one. And that's what this thing's all about. All right, Proverbs 24 and verse 16 says, verse 14 says, so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul when thou hast found it. See, and it's like a treasure in the field, man, which when a man found, he got it, and he buried it, man, and he bought that land, and he waited for the fruits to come up, man, and all the rewards of that land, that rich land. See, because the land that the elect walk upon is not going to swallow them up like the son Korah, Dathan, and Abraham, their company that came up against Moses and Aaron, and they didn't just strive against the servants of the Lord, which were meek. They strove against the Lord. Says, so shall thy knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul when thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward. You see, brothers, we're not doing this thing by restraint. No, we're doing this willingly, and that's why we have a reward, man. This is charity. You see, and I love him, man. I can't get enough of him, man. I was just, and I told the brother, man, the elder brother, I said, hey, man, I feel like I'm without my cloak, feel naked. You see, and that's why you have to be on your watch, man. Always covering yourself in the blood of the Lamb, which is this word, this truth. It says, and that expectation shall not be cut off. What's our expectation? For the Lord to cut off our enemies, all those that hate us and despitefully talk down upon us, disregard us. It says, lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. And where do we rest in? We rest in this word. We rest amongst each other, man, with each other's videos. We go to Sirach. It talks about when you see a man of wisdom, get thee betimes to the doors of his posts, man. You see, be ready to hear every godly discourse, every godly, conversation. It says, for a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. And that's what keeps us afloat, man, by being in this truth, being in this word. Sirach 30:3, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, right? So as we're teaching the sons of God, we're teaching ourselves, right? Keeping each other in the way, right? And that's what the Lord will use, the shepherd, right? He'll use that gold to keep the flock in the right way, so they won't get lost. They won't go get away from the pack. You see? So sometimes you have to whack the sheep, you see? It says, he that teaches the son grieveth the enemy. So it's all about grieving the enemy. What's the enemy all about? It's about death. It's about this world, the cares of this life, the deceitfulness of riches. And before his friends he shall rejoice of him. It says, though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead. Right? Because the Father lives on through the Son. He carries a name. And that's just like the Lord. Yeah, he gave up the spirit. He died for the nation of Israel. But he left his children, he left his men, he left his sons of power, you see, to carry on his torch, to carry on his name, and to represent him, you see. It's all about representing the Lord, man, you see. For he hath left one behind him that is like himself. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one, you see, that shall requite kindness to his friends, you see. So on one hand, you're going to have an avenger to the enemies of the cross, the wicked Jews that put Yahushua to death. They're back here today in this truth, highly exalted, praised of men, hundreds of likes, no dislikes. They got our people in a seduce spell, man, right now. But what we're doing is we're gathering those few ones, those neos, out and bringing them back into Nebuchadnezzar, bringing them back into the ship, the captain of our salvation being Yahushua. All right, Jeremiah 15 and verse 19. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, if thou return, then will I bring thee again, and thou shalt stand before me. And if thou take forth the precious from the vial, and precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints, and we die daily, every day, man, the daily sacrifice. But pretty soon, just like in the time of Daniel, also in Matthew, time of Antiochus Epiphanes, also Titus and Vespasian, the Edomites, the Grecians, the Romans, you had a thing called the abomination of desolation, where they took away the daily sacrifice, man. But you had a few remnant, like when you read Maccabees, it talks about how there was Judas Maccabees and about 9 other, they fled into the wilderness so they wouldn't be partakers of the pollution of Jerusalem. And they basically formed a small unit, man, a small sect of warriors to fight against the dragon, man. And they prospered, man, because the Lord was with them. And they had faith and they had trust, and they didn't care about how they looked. Of course, it looked crazy, man, living out the manner of beasts, eating herbs all day, you see. But that's what it's going to take to get through these times, man. It says, and thou shalt stand before me, and if thou take forth the precious from the vial, thou shalt be as my mouth. Let them return unto thee, but return not thou unto them. You see, because they're polluted. They're happy with Esau playing with them and touching them. That's why they're not really crying out like that. Matter of fact, let's get that word for vial real quick. All right, Strong's H2151 is zalal, vial, right? Worthless, insignificant. All right, to make light of. And a lot of guys, you make light of this truth. You make light of his men that he sends. You count us worthless, insignificant. That's what they looked at Yahushua as. Oh, who is this? He's not a part of our sect. He's not in our camp. You see, same thing with us, man. And for you brothers, man, that's in the same spirit, like that you've shown that you're friends. Let me get this, man, because the Lord said you're gonna know His disciples by the love that they have for one another, man. All right, the Lord said this right here, Sirach, Ecclesiastes 12:8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, right? When you have all the likes, the subscribers, or this, and that's just one example. Or when you up in life, you got your car, you got your food, you got your woman, you have everything going for you. Right? A friend can't be known then, because a lot of dudes, even Yahushua said that. He said, you ain't following me because of the word or the miracles I do. You follow me because of the loaves and you were filled, man, for the carnal food. But see, this carnal food is rotten, man. A lot of you guys have spoiled fruits, man. Mold all on it. Let's keep reading here. And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. And we're in adversity. So you enemies across, you can't hide no more in the darkness because the light has come. You see? That light is shining, man. It ain't gonna stop shining, man. We ain't gonna stop shining our light until the Lord says so. I don't care if I got 1 subscriber. And that shows the sincerity of the true man of the Lord, man. All right, Proverbs 28 and verse 14. Verse 13. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper. Like, guys, you want to cover your sins. You're trying to cover over the truth, trying to cover the Lord, the true judges, like it says in Job 9:24, who cover the faces of the judges. It's not just talking about Esau, it's talking about the wicked of our people, man. That's why they made that video. Oh, don't listen to them brothers. But guess what? That whole channel got taken down. But see, you can see the two differentiations of the Lord's judgment. He's gonna take down some brothers' channel because they're on fire, and that's the chastising the Lord just to build you back up even stronger. Or he's going to take down your channel because he don't like your sacrifice. He don't want you to put up them wicked videos, man. You see? It says, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that feareth always, right? Not just when these videos are on and we have our face in the cameras, but also when the camera's not on. But he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief, as a roaring lion and a raging bear. And that's what we see happening right now in this kingdom, man. All right, the devil as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Get the vaccine, get this, do this, eat this, take this. See? So is a wicked ruler over the poor people. And the people, the rulers of our people cause them to err. Women rule over them. Because a lot of you guys, you're not servants of the Lord. What's coming to find out? You guys, you're servants of women, man. I don't know what happens at home, but probably, man, through the spirit, your woman rules over you at the house. So you just take it all on the truth. Fuck you, women, you bitches. I've seen the worst, man. You're going to see the worst, and you're going to see the best in this truth. But when you see the best in this truth, you got to cling on to them, man. All right? It says, the prince that wanteth understanding is also a great oppressor. But he that hateth covetousness shall prolong his days. A man that doeth violence to the blood of any person shall flee to the pit. Woo, man. Let no man stay him. Whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. And that time is at hand. The judgment comes speedily, man. We've been praying for a few days. We've been hastening the day, even before 2021, man. And now look, it's here, man. It is here. Proverbs 13 and verse 17. A wicked messenger falleth into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is health. And that word ambassador, when you go into it, is a representative. And representing, all right, we're given a good example of the Lord. He was hated, despised of men. He was kicked out of the churches. The Pharisees, the scribes, they wanted him to fall off a cliff. They wanted to stone him, but it wasn't his time yet. Just like us, it's not our time yet. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. That's right. And we're regarding all reproof, all rebuke, exhortation, doctrine. And that's what this thing's all about, man. Mark 13 and verse 22. Verse 21 says, and let me start verse 20 because, see, I was going to say this point too. The time is flying by and you have to make time just to say, you know what, let me stop from the world. This world's getting hectic. Everything's go, now. Let me just take myself out, separate, and get into the word, man. Because with the word is power. With the word is life. With the word is health. The word has the answers. Let's read here. It says Mark 13:20. And except that the Lord had shortened those days. The days are being shortened, man. Days are flying by. Just yesterday it was Monday. Now it's Friday. Then now we got the weekend. No flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. So it's all about, yeah, we come to some dark times, you know, hour of temptation, you know, we're to be persecuted. Someone's going to be brought to prisons. Someone's going to be hurt in the flesh. But guess what, brothers? The Lord is doing this all for the elect. Lord willing, we're a part of that if we endure to the end. That's why we're putting on as the elect. Put on Yahushua, verse 21. And then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is the anointed, or lo, he is there, believe him not. You see? You know? Because right now, man, you should just have your few brothers, you listen to your few elders, few brothers, and you know them in spirit, you know they're confirmed, right? Like when you read James and take the example of the prophets who have, through much sufferings, have endured for the word, you know? It says, for false anointings and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if were possible, even the elect. As a matter of fact, let me get that precept. You know, this world all about stopping the word, man. They don't want the word to come out. They want to strangle the breath of life, which the breath of life is found in the few, the elect. You see? Not the false prophets and the false anointings. They act like they do, but they don't. They just reading. But the power ain't behind them. The heart ain't in it. 1 Peter 5:10. But the God of grace, of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Yahushua Mashiach, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. You see? And that's the eternal glory, man. The Father, the ancient Father of spirits, the Ancient of Days, meaning before time was even created. So that's what we're redeeming our time back to, because the days are evils, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, James 5:10. Slakia, James 5:10. Take my brethren the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord. Right. See, we don't speak ourselves. We don't speak ourselves. We speak the Lord crucified. Unto the Jews, a stumbling block, you know. But to them that are saved, the glory of the Most High. It says, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Yea, have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. You see? So don't get envious of the wicked when they're oppressed, when they're set up, you know, and they're not going through things that you're going through. You know, don't envy not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. Malachi 3:15. And now we call the proud happy, yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. So a lot of guys that are set up, you work in wickedness, man. And like we read earlier, you cannot hide yourself no more, man. It says, yeah, they that tempt God are even delivered. You see? But pretty soon, man, no one's going to be able to sit. Matter of fact, I'm going to get this precept in Sirach. It's like it might be Ezra's. Yeah, let's go to Ezra's. Brothers, we in a beautiful time. This is Ezra, 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 45. Matter of fact, 44. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up. And not everyone is going to like how this truth has sprung up. A lot of people are going to try to clip down and chop down this truth. But guess what? They cannot. They can't. The truth is going to go stronger and stronger. Like if you brothers seen that movie, what's that movie, man? Guardians of the Galaxy. You had that tree named Groot. You know, I am Groot. In the spiritual, he said, I am, then Groot. But he basically died for his friends in the first Guardians of the Galaxy to save the day, you know. And they all was all sad, like he died and he's never going to come back again. But all of a sudden, he started to grow up as a little baby Groot. He's like, I am Groot. He's a little... And that goes to regeneration. See, our works is going to follow us, brothers. You see? Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory. And that's right, man. That's right. And I'm going to close off with this one. Isaiah 65 and verse 17. And this is what this is all about. All right. We're singing the new song, which no man can learn except for those virgins. For this new heaven, new earth, which is on its way. This world is passing away in the fashion of Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. So we're not even going to remember all this annoyances and thorns in the flesh, you know, and ourselves being our biggest enemy, always being mad at ourselves, It's not going to come to mind, brothers, But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a joy, rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I rejoice in Jerusalem and join my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people and mine elect. Woo! See, and when you go to some trees, when you do a study on some trees, you have some trees, man. They've been alive for like thousands of years, man. You got giant oaks and stuff like that, man. They're as big as a house, man. The width of them. They made bridges out of them, man. You just made a little hole in it. You drive through them. You know what I'm saying? Those roots go deep, man. That's how the elect is like. Let me read that again. It says, for as the days of a tree are the days of my people, right? World without end. And mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. You see that? So the point being is that our labor of love is not in vain. Just because our videos and content gets ripped down and all that edification gets ripped down, hey, it's a family of the word, man. It was up for the moment. You got to get it while it's getting good. You can't have food out for so long, and then if no one eats it, guess what? It's going to go bad. You got to throw it away. So, this is a sign of the Lord saying what? Out with the old and in with the new. A lot of you wicked apostles and wicked prophets too. You false ones too. Out with the old and in with the new. You see? You've had men crying over this whole, I'm trying to say this and say that and add to scriptures and subtract to scriptures because I want to save my channel. I work so hard. Well, guess what? You got to work harder, man. Got to work harder, mate. Make another channel, man. Go harder, man. Go hard or go home. When you fall, get back harder, man. That's what it's going to take. The Lord will use edified, brothers. You stay strong and keep yourselves in the word. Keep yourselves in the spirit and in the truth, man. Because we're in those days, man. We're in that time appointed. All praises, glory, honor, fear to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash, Wa Ababa Ball.